somebody was asked me what muscle group has the least predictable presentation as far as how it can influence symptoms, but you have to be very focused on it in order to identify it. I would say the sternocleidomastoid muscle. For those who are not as familiar with this muscle, it attaches to the mastoid process of the skull and runs along to attach to the top of the sternum or the top of the rib cage. It is innervated by the 11th cranial nerve, the accessory nerve, and shares innervation with the trapezius muscle. As a cranial nerve, it does not have any interaction with the levels of the spine, and so it does not create any weakness for the neck or for the arm for other groups. It does not actually tend to create any loss of motion, but it does create the sensation of motion loss or tightness with several motions. When it's used by one side only, you can see tension here. When I look to the opposite side, it can be put under tension when I look to the same side, because then it puts on slack. When they work together, then they're going to bring the neck into flexion really while you're laying down. While you're standing up, of course, gravity is pulling you in, so it really doesn't present that way. So again, it creates the sensation of tension, but when you go through exam, it doesn't show up. So when do I typically look at the sternocleidomastoid? When somebody has had treatment to the trapezius and they still have headaches, or they still have the sensation of tension, but motion is actually good, and there's nowhere along the trapezius that's tight. And by history, it's really when somebody comes in with headaches and they describe like a migraine style headache of light sensitivity. Because the sternocleidomastoid is a cranial nerve, it'll create interactions with, actually I've seen it with the eye, with nasal symptoms, and to a degree with a little bit with hearing. Not that it blocks hearing, but it alters it a little bit. And clients don't even recognize it until after it's been treated.